We've got two breaks we're going to be working on tonight. The first one is a pair of autographed baseball jerseys from Gold Rush, and then behind that we're going to open an 8-box inner case of Illusions football. I had to think about that a minute. Before we get started ripping into things, though, there's a little information to go over, so let's go ahead and get started with that. Feedback is automated on eBay. I do that so you never have to wait on me. You probably wonder why I talk about that in the live stream. It's because I get a lot of questions about it. You'd be surprised how many people will want to know when you leave feedback. So guys and gals, that's how it works for me. Anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you are instantly going to get the same in return. And of course, the other thing there is to say thank you. Always appreciate you being here, bidding, breaking, hanging out, chatting with me, etc. This is a look at what's coming up in the days ahead. Tomorrow night, we'll open Trinity Football and Bowman Chrome Baseball, both by the full case. On Wednesday, we'll start early, 8:30 Eastern. We have one new release that comes out on Wednesday. That's Clearly Authentic Baseball. We'll open a full case of that as well as a full case of Archive Signature Series Retired Player Edition. Thursday night, we're going to open a full case of TriStar Game Day Greats autographed full-size football helmets. Then we will also open the other 8-box inner case of Illusions football that makes up this master case that we're starting tonight. Friday night also will start at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. We have one new release. Actually, I'm sorry, we have two new releases on Friday. The Leaf autographed mini football helmets. We'll break a half case of those on Friday night and a full case of Impeccable Football. Those are our two new releases. And we'll also throw in a case of National Treasures Baseball just for good measure. On Saturday, we'll open TriStar Game Day Great Series 2 autographed football jerseys by the full case. And then what else? Clearly Authentic again and Bowman Chrome Baseball again. So that is what we are looking like there in the days ahead. Here's what you need to know about what we're opening tonight. So we have a free shipping break and a paid shipping break in here. Free shipping breaks with me are always projected to go out no later than a week after the fact. So those jerseys, if you pull one tonight, they're going to be on the way to you no later than Monday the 14th, a week from today. Now, often they go sooner. Sometimes they go a lot sooner, but it should not be any later than that. Here's the other thing you need to know about if you're in the free shipping break. Consolation cards. So if your team isn't pulled in the jersey break tonight, you are entitled to a consolation trading card. That's just a single used trading card. Can be from any year, any series. And what happens is I typically would just hang on to it and send it with your next package since this is a free shipping break. If, however, in the jersey break, you go hitless and you want that sent sooner rather than being held for your next package, you just send me a message and let me know. I'll get you hooked up, okay? Our paid shipping break tonight is the Illusions football break. I believe everybody in there is going to pull cards of some sort, base or otherwise. So I don't think consolation cards will come into play, but if they do, they would ship out with the rest of the break since that is a paid shipping break. And I'm anticipating Illusions should be out the door and on the way to you approximately Thursday. Yeah, finally made up most of the ground I lost, when I had to take those couple days off for the funeral and whatnot. I think I finally have us almost caught back up. So that's good news, right? That's what I think anyway. So here we go. 2 boxes of 2019 Gold Rush Series 2 autographed baseball jerseys. Break number 35. Everything we're opening tonight ended tonight on eBay Monday night, the 7th of October. You will see team names there on the left, winning bidders on the right. A couple of teams did not find a forever home. That would be the Diamondbacks and the Tampa Bay Rays. So if anything comes out for either one of them, it stays here with me. Otherwise, if it comes out for one of the other teams, it'll head out the door for one of you. And of course, a new spreadsheet's going to go up when we start Illusions. The one you just saw is only for the baseball jersey. Last but not least, yes, your background went out of focus. Yes, I did that on purpose. Don't sweat it, man. We're going to be able to see everything just fine. Actually, it'll let us see it up a little closer, which is the reason I like to tweak it. Randy's here. He says you're sorry for the Steelers. My goodness. I mean, what kind of hit? Good grief. I mean, that was scary when Mason Rudolph went down. I am shocked, absolutely stunned that the guy was back with the team today. I mean, they really didn't hold him in the hospital very long, and I mean, certainly he's not going to be playing in the upcoming week, and probably not even in the week after that. I mean, that knocked him absolutely out cold, but man, it looks so much worse in real time. I am thankful that he was not hurt worse than that. Evan is here. Hi, Evan. This looks like it's going to be an Oakland A, doesn't it? We have a JSA paper authentication, a JSA sticker. You've got your signature up there on the top of the letter, and it is indeed the Oakland A's with Jose Canseco. That looks, it's reading black for some reason on the camera, but it is green. It's a dark green. So the Oakland A's and Jose Canseco is our first jersey of the night. I don't know why they wrap them in tissue paper. Most of the other companies put them in plastic bags, or they don't put them in anything, you know, one or the other. But these guys, Gold Rush, they always wrap them in tissue paper. Yeah, Randy, I agree with you. Earl Thomas, of course, said, hey, I didn't mean to do it. I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sure he didn't mean to do it. But, of course, he didn't get flagged on the play. And Randy's saying, yeah, he should get fined for that hit. I would imagine that he will. I would be really surprised if he doesn't. I've certainly seen them fine people for far less. Let's put it like that. We have another JSA authentication. There's your paperwork for it. And here is your sticker and your signature. That's looking a lot like Dave Winfield, isn't it? And indeed, you got yourself a Dave Winfield New York Yankees jersey. So Mr. Dave Winfield and the Yankees is jersey number 2. So we have the A's and the Yankees for our 2 baseball jerseys tonight. One of those must have gone to Fantasy King, because I see a yes with a whole bunch of question or exclamation points behind it. All right, guys, give me a second. Let me get these jerseys put out of the way, and then we'll be back at it here in just a minute. All right, I got to get a master case of Illusions football up on the table, because this is, even though we're only doing an inner tonight, it's the start of a brand new case. So we'll be using random to tell us which inner we're going to open up tonight. But meantime, let's flip back over here for a hot second. And guys, my allergy and asthma still acting up a little, so I'm going to apologize in advance. Coughing, hacking, snorting, etc. Trying to keep it to a limit there. And that was my inhaler. Okay, so probably you saw this a minute ago, right? If you were not logged in and you didn't hear me talking about all this a couple of minutes ago, please take a look up there. Read the information that you see on the screen. Hit me up in chat with any questions, or if you're watching on replay, you can always send me a question by way of eBay messages, and I would answer it for you tomorrow, of course. And we are headed into an 8-box inner case of Illusions football. Now, this is the start of a new master case. So here's how that works. Basically, I'm going to use random.org. I'm going to type in right case and left case, and I will use random 3 different times since we have 9 or fewer items in our list. And then random can tell us which one we're going to open tonight. The inner case on the right or the inner case on the left of our master case. So let's go ahead and roll over here and get that done. Actually, I would always type left first traditionally, so I always do the left side first or top to bottom. So we're going to type in left case and then right case. And we'll do random 3 times. First 2 don't count, so never mind that one. Never mind this one. Here comes our third one. 3 times, date timestamp. Tells us we're going to open the inner case that is on the left-hand side of the master case. So, yeah, there we go. Hi, JJ. I'm catching up on my chat over here. Randy says he's not going to get fined for that hit. Wow, that is crazy. I'm shocked. I mean, you've seen guys get fined for way less than that. That's crazy. Fantasy King, oh, I'm so glad that you are happy with your jersey. I'm glad we hit that for you. Congratulations on it. And Randy says his Packers look good. You're right about that. You are right. What did I... Now, see, I looked at chat and I forgot where I said we went. Which case I got to grab? Let me look again. Case on the left. Okay. Okay. Well, if I can wrestle it out of here. Good grief. Hang on a second. Ay, they're packed in there quite tightly. But eventually I prevail. Sometimes it takes me a minute. Mickey, hi Mickey. And Jay Allen needs the Colts and the Saints. Oh, and Alan J's here too. Yay. Jay Allen and Alan J. Alan J needs Bengals, Chargers, Seahawks. And Mickey says, what are you... Oh, they were asking... Somebody was asking Mickey if he checked the checklist. Gotcha. Okay. I haven't... Oh, man. Got my breaking mat caught under the box. Yeah, I never remember what's on the checklist. Tell you the truth, I look at a product usually right before it comes out, and then there are so many products that I don't keep straight what's on what. For the most part. Randy says even if you lose the rest of the season, your Super Bowl is beating the Cowboys. Yeah. Sometimes those weekly wins are worth it, aren't they? Let me get a few sleeves out on the table here, and then we'll get cracking into this. Mickey, you're asking, does what have anything? Does who have anything? Oh, the Packers. Oh, I'm sure the Packers are in here. I'm sure the Packers have hits in here. I can't imagine that they wouldn't. Now, what they are, I don't know. That you would have to look on the checklist to find out, but I'm sure there are Packers in here. Okay, guys and gals, so we are looking for 3 autographs, one of which will be encased, and 2 memorabilia cards per box on average. Panini throws that on average in there as a little CYA for themselves. And sometimes we find a points card that has replaced one of our hits. If that happens tonight, we will use random.org to give that out at the end of the night. Also, all of our encased cards we're going to save to the very bitter end. Ooh, I know, right? Cruel? Is that cruel? But listen, it'll be worth it. We'll have some fun looking through everything else, and then we'll save our encased cards to the very end, and we'll open them all at once. Now, the first part, or the first box, I should say, that we go through, I'm going to go a little bit slower and talk a little more about the things that you are seeing. And after we do the first box, our subsequent boxes will be a bit faster, just kind of to give you an FYI as to how this sort of stuff rolls, if you're new here. Randy, you are asking where to find the breaks. My breaks are on eBay. And the easiest way to find them probably would be to go to advanced search by seller, and my eBay username is Fleaburger. I know, but that's what it is. That's all one word. You know, flea like on an animal, F-L-E-A, burger like you eat, B-U-R-G-E-R, all one word. And then it should bring up all of mine. Now, if somebody's asking about the checklists, where you can find those, lots of places, but I prefer Group Break Checklists. It does have an S on it, Group Break Checklists, plural.com. And of course, obviously, manufacturers have it too. So we're going to find lots and lots of varieties of the acetate cards. Some will be numbered, some won't. When they are numbered, they're numbered on the back, and they do typically arrive to us backside up, so we will see if they are numbered as we go along. There's a variety of different card sets involved with that. We're going to find plenty of numbered stuff. And whenever we see the blue ones like this, they are numbered to 299. And then we've got some, I want to say there's some orange ones in here, some red ones in here. We'll just kind of have to go through them. We'll find them as we go along. It's been, I don't know, a few days since I've opened it myself, so I've seen lots of other stuff in the meantime. We do have a redemption. It's going to set up there in housekeeping. It will remain face down until the end of the break. At that point, we'll flip it over along with any others we find and check it out. Dwayne Haskins is our first actual hit that we see live in here, and that is a relic for the Redskins, who just fired Jay Gruden. After an 0-5 start, Jay is riding the pine, numbered to 399. Anytime you see the gold, it will be to 399 in here. At least as long as it's not autographed or relic. The numbering sometimes varies if it's an autograph or a relic attached for whatever weird reason. Topps does stuff like that. Alan J., I'm catching back up on my chat here. You said Dak Prescott got exposed. Well, you know, everybody's got bad games in there somewhere. JJ, you need the Ravens and the Texans in here. Jay Allen said, talking about group break checklist. Yeah, I do like that site. Ed Oliver and the Buffalo Bills. That is numbered to 199, an autograph. Yeah, that's usually the one I recommend people go to. There are plenty of others, but that one is usually more accurate and a little faster to get it up, get it listed. But truthfully, on any given day, any of them can have a mistake on them. So the manufacturer's checklist is still the holy grail, if you will. But the beauty of those other websites is they take all that aggregate information and they break it down into teams, which makes it so much easier when you're trying to figure out what you want to bid on. Pat Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs with a relic. But yeah, I always recommend that you check that kind of stuff out. A little pink one. Whenever we see pink in here, anyway, it is numbered to 75. All right. What else? What else are we going to find as we go along? Hopefully. Have we gotten all of our autographs out of here yet? No, that'd be one, that'd be two. We should still have one more, right? Or am I? Oh, no, we don't. It's the redemption. The green are to 99. I was hoping maybe Sam here would be an autograph when I saw him face down and thought we were missing one, but I forgot about that pesky redemption up there. All right, kids, so that's an idea of what our boxes are going to look like and how they're going to be constructed. So as we go through these other times, I'm not going to really necessarily call out all of that. Some, you know, the more important stuff we will, but the higher numbered stuff and whatnot, we may not. We'll just let you take a look at them as we go along. So that's how it's going to roll. Jay Allen says, hopefully everybody gets good stuff. I hope so. We're going to try. We're going to try to find something good for everyone in here. Alan J., what did you say? What did you ask me? Is what really a hit? I am... Oh, you're talking... Never mind. You guys are talking back and forth about something else, I think. Okay. Oh, Randy's throwing down the gauntlet. He says Dallas is overrated. Ooh. You get those Cowboys fans after you in here, Randy. They will come after you, my friend. Doesn't matter how bad your team is, you're always going to stand up for them, right? It's kind of like that deal where you can talk about your family, but nobody else can. That is red, numbered to 50. Same way about my team, you know. Although this year, my poor little Steelers, good grief, we were already in bad enough shape, and now, well, honestly, that backup quarterback, or third string quarterback, who's so far back I can't even remember his name. But anyway, he was really pretty good, I thought. I thought he had a very good accounting of himself. An undrafted guy thrown into the middle of that game in a rivalry game. I thought he played pretty well. This is Rookie Idols Duel. Eli Manning and Daniel Jones, New York Giants. And if Juju had managed to hang on to the football, we really had a very solid chance to win that game. And, just like in the playoffs, man, Juju just coughed it up. Like, what happens to him in big moments? I'm not sure. I don't know if he just gets nervous or what, but oh my gosh, I was so mad. I was so mad. That, ruined my day. Because that's one of those things, your quarterback goes out, right? So you think, okay, well, there goes the game. We're probably, we're not going to win. And you kind of make peace with it. And that's all right. We're not going to win. Our guy got knocked out and, whatever. But then the third stringer comes in and he's playing pretty well. So then you start thinking, hey, we can really win this. And then get to overtime. Looks like, yeah, we really can win this game. And then your number one receiver drops the ball. San Francisco 49ers with a Nick Bosa relic. So then it just blows when it happens that way. So I was in a really bad mood the rest of the day after that. So, But what are you going to do? Happens to us all somewhere along the way. Our teams will make us very happy, and our teams will make us very sad on any given day. Darrell Henderson for the Rams. Nice looking relic, autograph attached, numbered to 99. Earl Campbell. Now, of course, the former Houston Oilers are the current Tennessee Titans. Cards always stay with their franchise, so that is, of course, anything we see that says Oilers heads right on over to the Tennessee Titans. How about Penny Hart for the Colts? That's not one you pull terribly often, now is it? And it would help if I weren't holding it the wrong way. It's numbered to 99. Half of them seem like the numbers are facing out, and the other half they're facing in, and I never choose correctly, do I? Alan J., you said ignore you. You've been on vacation for a week. Somewhere good, somewhere fun, I hope. Randy, I agree with you. Gardner Minshew is looking great. I'm always really happy when these guys that kind of come out of nowhere come in and play really well and have a good accounting of themselves. So I'm thrilled for that kid. We actually pulled one of his autograph cards out of Flawless Collegiate the other night. There's not a ton of his autographs floating around out there. This one I think was to 20, so it was pretty cool to pull that for someone. JJ says Marlon Humphrey made a big play. Yeah, I know. I know he did, but also Juju should have hung on to the football. That's all I'm saying. He had the football. He had no reason to not hang on to it at all. I mean, yes, your guy made a good play on the ball, but that ball never should have been dropped. Jay Allen, it's your birthday. Well, happy birthday. I'm glad to see you on your birthday. Spend a little time here with us. We'll try to make it special if we can, the best we can anyway. All right, we've got David Johnson to 25 for the Arizona Cardinals on one of our acetate cards. Oh, Alan J., cool. You're going to break with us all week while you're on vacation? I love it, man. That's awesome. I think we just saw this card. Pretty much this card. Like exactly that card. And there it is again. So a bookend for the Giants of that dual relic. Hope you like it, because now you have two. Randy says the refs hurt us as well in the Steelers game. I mean, I didn't think there's anything egregious. I mean, sure, there's some things could have been called differently, but I didn't think there was anything like a game-deciding referee type call in there. It's to 299 Miles Sanders and the Eagles. I generally don't, you know, I mean, yeah, sure. There's times I get aggravated with the refs, but I don't generally get too bent out of shape about it unless it's a call like, well, you know, last year in the playoffs, that call, or the missed call there in the Saints game, that was egregious. That was like a game-changing kind of call. Those kinds are kind of, whew. But some of the others, I think, well, it kind of falls both ways usually. So you got to play through those, find a way to win. Rodney Anderson. That is number 225 for the Cincinnati Bengals. I didn't watch. I was kind of flipping back and forth tonight between the playoff game, the Nats and the Dodgers, and the football game. I did see Baker Mayfield throw an interception, and I did see Baker Mayfield cough up the ball on a fumble. I don't know what has happened over there with the Browns. I was expecting much more from them this season than I've seen so far. I hate to say it, but I wonder if it's Freddie Kitchens. I mean, I kind of wondered about him when they made him head coach. He just not, you know, I don't know, but something's going on. Not as good as I thought they should have been anyway. Josh Jacobs and the Raiders. So I would say, I mean, they're not terrible, but they haven't been great. Not like I thought they were going to be really good this year. I truly did. It's numbered to 99, Stephon Diggs, Vikings. Jay Allen, 42 years of misery? Come on, man. Have there been no good years out of 42? There have to have been some. Come on now. Can't all be bad. But, you know, maybe if you're like me, sometimes I have selective memory, right? Where I will just remember some of the more recent things that have happened and not some of the farther back things. So maybe you've just had a bad run of it here recently. Randy, you're looking for an Aaron Rodgers autograph, or you want to see an Aaron Rodgers autograph? Or you think our redemption is an Aaron Rodgers autograph? I don't know. It just says Rodgers Auto, so now I'm guessing what it might mean. Jay Allen, you used to go to the game just to scream at the refs. That's awesome. Maybe I don't know, maybe I'm a little more understanding about it because my dad used to referee women's basketball. So, I still do plenty of screaming at refs, but I also probably have a little bit of I mean, it's small. It's just minuscule, but a small, tiny amount of sympathy for the fact that they are having to make some really quick judgment calls right there live in the moment without the benefit of replay and all that. And they do get it right a good amount of the time. So I try to kind of keep that in mind. But, oh yeah, I still boo them too, for sure. Randy, who just had another one? Baker Mayfield had another interception or another fumble, I'm guessing, you're telling me? To 75, Hakeem Butler in the Arizona Cardinals. An interception in the red zone. Oh, dang, man. What has happened to him this year? He just hasn't been playing well. They go out and get him all these toys, and he just, I don't know what's happened. Something has. That looks like Alex Barnes, numbered to 99 for the Tennessee Titans. Jay Allen, you want a Drew Brees autograph. Everybody wants to see Aaron Rodgers autograph pulled. All right, we'll try. We'll do our best. And Glenn, you said the interception was Callaway's fault. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, anytime it's intercepted, it kind of lands back at the feet of the quarterback, no matter what happens in between. There are certainly some that are more the fault of the quarterback than others, but, you know, that's kind of like when you're the manager, you take the hits for your team below you if they don't do what they should. San Francisco 49ers with another relic. But I don't know. He's got to play better, though. Baker's got to play better. And he can. He's capable of playing much better. So, like, I don't know what's going on with him. It's weird. Weird. Either way, I'd say my Steelers are out of the playoffs. I mean, you can't come out and win one game out of the first 5 and expect, or however many we've played, expect that you've got any shot at going to the playoffs, because we do not. We have officially shot our year down the toilet. The Broncos with a trio of relics: Drew Lock, Peyton Manning, and John Elway. Oh, well, that's actually kind of cool. You got Elway in there, too. Yeah, I do like that. Any update on Drew Lock's injury situation? Because you know they're not going to be keeping Joe Flacco on that field all season. TJ Hawkinson. TJ for the Lions, numbered to 299. Richard, you said Callaway bobbled it and flipped it up, and that the pass Baker made was a good one. Okay, all right. If it was a good throw and the guy didn't have to reach or jump or stretch or whatever to catch it, and he legit hit him in the numbers and he just effed it, then yeah, I'll grant you that one then. Randy says Tomlinson will go next. Well, I've been saying that. I kind of said that. Well, I said that last year when all the Antonio Brown stuff started. I said one or the other will be gone before the end of the year, which of course it was Antonio ultimately gone. But I also thought that meant whoever was left, in this case it was Tomlinson left, would really have to shine the following year or they're going to be shown the door. And I like Mike Tomlinson a lot. I do. But we have not been playing what I would call Steelers football in several seasons now. It's not getting better. It's just been getting worse. And, of course, many of you know I'm friends with my UPS driver who also happens to be a big Steelers fan. So we've debated back and forth. We've debated back and forth about this a bunch. And he thinks I'm crazy for saying that it might be time for Tomlinson to go. But, I mean, the writing's kind of on the wall. We have not gotten where we need to be for a while now. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I actually heard the Redskins were interested in trying to get him. Which I'm like, all right, well, are you going to try to get him right now in the middle of the season, or you just figure he's going to get fired and you're waiting it out? Like, you know, they're definitely floating it that they have interest in him, so we'll see, I guess. He said the score is 21-3, 49ers. Ooh, Cleveland's getting crushed with a capital C. So, I don't know. Even the Ravens, I mean, you know, Lamar Jackson looked really good the first couple of games of the season. Then he's gone back to looking somewhat average. Average is maybe the wrong word, but a little of the shine is off where he is concerned as well. It's like nobody's really come out of the gate particularly well. Cowboys have lost a pair, you know, even Pat Mahomes, the Chiefs lost. It's a weird start to the season. Tony Pollard, Dallas Cowboys. Here's one for Mickey. There's the Green Bay Packers with a trio of relics, all two-color, which is nice, and numbered to 50. Marquez Valdez-Scantling and Devontae Adams and Donald Driver. A little blast from the past there with Donald Driver. I see a green upon us. The green, of course, as a reminder, are numbered to 99 whenever we see those. Jay Allen says the Redskins need to fire their owner. Yeah, that guy is interesting, isn't he? He definitely makes some interesting decisions. But I don't really disagree with him getting rid of Jay Gruden, truthfully. I mean, I don't have a problem with it, but I also agree with you. He's maybe not the best owner in the whole entire league either, but got the money, you get to do what you want, I guess. Numbered to 99, it is DK Metcalf and the Seahawks. Sony Michel. And here comes a black parallel. It happens to be Kyler as well. It's numbered to 25 for the Arizona Cardinals. Excuse me. I did sneeze into my elbow, kids. My mother raised me right. So, no worries. Not on my hands, not on the cards, not on the table. Just in my sad little elbow. Alan J. says Dwayne Haskins. Oh, wow, sucks. All right, man. Well, good grief, you haven't even gotten that much of a look at the guy. You got to give these guys some time to adapt. Most of these, I mean, they're young kids. They're not going to, mostly, they're not going to go in and just knock the doors off. Guy's card says, how much do these breaks cost? You know, I leave it up to the bidding. I put them on eBay. I do not set the prices in advance. I just have an opening bid amount, which is generally $3.99 or $4.99, something like that. And then it's just wherever the bids end. So sometimes things sell for $3.99 or $4.99. Sometimes things sell for a lot more. So it just depends on who's in there bidding after you as to what it might end up costing. Oh, you guys are still hating on Dwayne Haskins. I don't know. None of the young guys, I try not to totally throw them under the bus because they might get better. Or they might not. They might turn into Deshaun Kaiser. But they might not. So, I don't know. I always try to give the youngsters the benefit of the doubt, especially when they're quarterbacks, because that's such a tough position to come into as a young guy out of college. Josh Jacobs and the Raiders, numbered to 199. Nice hit for Oakland. But then again, you have Gardner Minshew, who comes in and takes care of business, you know, right out of college, young guy. So, guess it depends on the person. And our little undrafted guy, I swear to you, can't even remember his name. Our little backup third string quarterback. I can't even remember his name. Even after I watched him play over the weekend, still can't remember his name. Cooper Kupp. That is numbered to 50. What I can tell you is that they're probably really sad that they traded Josh Dobbs away at the start of the season. Or maybe they're not, since this kid's doing all right. I don't know. All right, we've got a shared card here. You've got Hakeem Butler, Cardinals on the top, Calvin Johnson, a little throwback thread for the Lions on the bottom of it. And we're going to set that up there in housekeeping, because unless the same person owns both teams, we will have to use random.org to find that little card a forever home, or at least a temporary home if you're going to sell it. So it could be a forever home, could be a foster home. Either way, we've got to find it a home shortly. So all that stays up there in our happy little housekeeping area for the time being. An autograph comes up for the Ravens with Justice Hill. And that is numbered to 50. Hodges, yeah, that might be his name, JJ. You might be right. That could, Devlin. Yeah. Took me a minute. When you said Hodges, I still even had to think to get to the first name. That's bad because he's on my team. But, I mean, heck, he was on the practice squad up until very recently when they traded Josh Dobbs, and then I never really thought we'd be kind of dealing with it, but yet, there you go. We better pray nothing happens to him, because behind him came Paxton Lynch is who we signed to the practice squad to replace him. And I do not, capital D-O, capital N-O-T, want to have him as our quarterback. JJ Arcega-Whiteside, Alshon Jeffrey, Eagles, both really nice looking relics there. Is that numbered somewhere? Yeah, down there in the bottom to 25. So yeah, I can't deal with any kind of Paxton Lynch, so I better hope nothing happens to old Devlin Hodges. I just don't even know why anybody would sign Paxton Lynch. I mean, for real. He has, look at his body of work from, what was he, 2016 draft class, right? Yeah, I think. You've got plenty of places to look and see. He has not been even a little tiny bit successful. So even though it's just the practice squad, why would you put him in there? I mean, was there truly no one better? I don't know. Either way, I'm on Team Hodges now, at least until we get Mason Rudolph back from his concussion protocol. Is Jeff George available? Oh goodness. I mean, they're just some of that stuff is just such a mess. It just figures, though, that all this would happen after we traded Dobbs. Because that guy had at least been in the system, would have been his third year, even though he may not have been the greatest quarterback in the face of the earth. He would have known the plays in the system and could have run them and probably done okay. But again, this kid did well this time. To 25, another to 25. And that is Mr. Jordan Scarlett for the Carolina Panthers. Bosa had 3 sacks in the first half, you said. He also had that fumble recovery, did he not? I think he did. I was kind of catching the tail end of that, getting ready for the break, but I'm fairly sure he's the one that came up with it. Riley Ridley and the Bears, numbered to 299. Riley signs a lot of stuff. So does Easton Stick, and there are a few others that sign a lot of stuff as well. So, by the way, probably already know that. Guess we'll get that other acetate out of there. And we have ourselves a hit for the Patriots. That is Chase Vinovich. And numbered to, I about set it aside too soon, didn't I? It's numbered to 99 for New England. Here come the Lions with a relic. T.J. Hawkinson again. Oh, yeah, Alan J. Mason Rudolph did get knocked out. I mean, like, knocked out cold. It was crazy. I'm really surprised that that they let him out of the hospital as quickly as they did. I mean, that was a vicious hit. And then the stupid cart wouldn't start. Have you ever seen anything like that in your life? So they had to get him up and kind of walk him off the field. The guy probably doesn't even know where he is at that moment in time, can barely stand, and the stupid cart, like, doesn't work. You know, whose job is it to make sure the cart will start? Because whoever that is, they probably should have been dismissed. DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, and Steve Largent for the Seahawks. Some more triple relics, once again capped off with a nice throwback there on the end. So we're headed into Last Box Mojo here, where we're going to kind of focus our efforts and hope to find some big booming hits in here. Of course, our night will not be done. We do still have redemptions to check out and our encased autographs to check out. But just because we usually call it, we'll call it right now too for Last Box Mojo. Yeah, JJ, I agree with you. It was the worst that the cart wouldn't go. I mean, that was just messed up. And then somebody asked Mike Tomlin, who is just crazy anyway, about the way he answers questions. He's just so surly. I mean, again, I love Mike Tomlin, right? He's our coach. I love him. But I don't like the way he answers some questions. And somebody asked him about the cart. That's a reasonable question to ask, considering what happened on that play. And he says, I don't know. I'm not in charge of the carts. So you'll have to ask the person that's in charge of the carts, or something to that effect. I'm like, dude, come on, man. If I were a coach, I would want to know, and I would have already found out by the time I got to the press conference, like, why did my knocked out guy have to get up and be trying to walk off the field because the cart couldn't get to him? I would want to know that stuff, but, you know. Jay Allen, you want a Joe Namath and a Drew Brees autograph out of here. All right. We've got our work cut out for us, don't we? Out of Last Box and our little encased autographs up there. And a relic for Christian McCaffrey, he of the 3 touchdown Sunday. Showing out pretty nicely for the Panthers was Mr. Christian McCaffrey. How about Daniel Jones to 99 for the Giants? And little Dak Prescott, followed by some Bryce Love, Dalvin Cook, and the Vikings and Alexander Mattison. He's another guy we see really often this year. And Alexander is numbered to 299 for Minnesota. A Baker acetate. That's to 99, Tremaine Edmonds and Buffalo Bills. I guess I go ahead and sleeve him too while we're at it. The Jets. An Eagles hit. Another one for Miles Sanders, a relic again, which I think is what our first one was as well, if memory serves correctly here. We're getting there. We're closing in on it. We've got, of course, the one more 8-box inner case of this that we're going to be opening here in a few days. And that'll be the last of the illusions. So if you like illusions, I've got just the one 8-box inner left. The back half of this master case will be all that remains of it. So the Cowboys, Jim Jeffcoat come out right here from the last box, numbered to 50 for the boys, who managed to grab one right at the end, or close to the end. We still have the encased autographs, of course, and the redemptions to look at. Numbered to 75, it is Quinnen Williams. All right. Now, the super, super fun part. At least I think it's the super, super fun part. The encased autographs. Or should we look at the redemptions first? No, let's look at the encased autographs first. Then the redemptions, and then we'll deal with our little dual relic up there. Well, wouldn't you know, there's a redemption in there. So we're at 3 redemptions currently. And a nice little Nick Bosa for the 49ers, numbered to 150. So nice hit, San Fran. And here comes Duke Johnson for the Browns. Duke is numbered to 99. And then we have Mark Andrews, Ravens, numbered to 50. Ay, come out of there. Seahawks, Gary Jennings Jr., numbered to 99. The Eagles, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. That is numbered to 99. The Redskins, Bryce Love, numbered to 99. And the last one out is Sony Michel for the Patriots on the acetate, numbered to 25. All right, we do still have some redemptions to look at, though. 3 of them in total now because one of them encased, 2 of them not. So let's get these little people down here to deal with, and then we'll do our duel after that. I'm going to go ahead and put this in a sleeve because I like to write on these. I don't want to write on your case. That's why I put the other ones in sleeves as well. I like to put my little Sharpie mark on them. That way, when it's time to sort, I can just mindlessly do it and make sure it's going to the right place. Okay, first one around here is Charles Tillman, Elusive Ink. Next around is A.J. Brown, First Impressions, Autographed Memorabilia, Red. And then we have David Montgomery, Rookie Endorsements, Blue. So we are talking Bears and Titans, and is Tillman a Patriot? Or am I thinking, I'm thinking of Pat Tillman, aren't I? Who's Charles Tillman? I don't know. Let's go look it up. What do you say? Let's go find out. Yes, that's what we're going to do right now. So, except I put you on the wrong tab, didn't I? There we go. You're not going to see much on that other one, are you? Okay, so I already figured we'd find redemptions. I had the basics set up. Let's just roll here into where we need to be. Card number 15, Charles Tillman is a Bear. How did I not remember that? Well, I didn't. Give me a break, man. Give me a break. It's been a long week, all right? Long weekend, anyway. So, the Bears to 75, which all of y'all like typed in there in the meantime. I just looked over there. Yeah, I know. Sorry. Okay, next we are looking for First Impressions Autographed Memorabilia, Red. All right, that's a mouthful. First Impressions Autographed Memorabilia, Red. Card number 101 is A.J. Brown. Whoops. Tennessee Titans, as we expected him to be. That is numbered 250, so let me get him numbered up. Then we have, of course, our David Montgomery for the Bears. Rookie Endorsements, Blue is going to be the card set. And let's find out what's going to be number 2. Oh, well, it passed it. Card number 10. David Montgomery for the Bears, number 299. All right, now I'm going to bring you back to me for a hot second because we've got to look at the one that's going to go by way of random unless the same person happens to own both teams. That's this little bad boy here. So we're talking about Cardinals and Lions. And if we do not have the same person that owns both teams, we're going to go to random.org. I always type in either left to right or top to bottom. So this card being oriented top to bottom means I will type in Cardinals first and the Lions second. Then I would hit random 3 different times, as I always do when we have 9 or fewer items in a list. And the third time that we do it will be the deciding factor. The first 2 will not make any, well, they don't count. They don't determine anything. All right. So first things first, let's see who's got what over here. So the Arizona Cardinals, that is user 018. The Lions is RAS.ROG, Ros.Rog, or something, maybe not even remotely like that. So that means we are, in fact, going to random. And I'm making sure you're on the same page with me. And it looks like you are. So we're going to roll through this here. So once again, it is the third random. So you ignore the first one, ignore the second one. Here comes our third and final. 3 times, our date and time stamp, it comes up to the Lions. So that is this dual relic right here. 2 team relic is awarded to the Lions using random.org. And of course, you know, I circle on the sleeve, not on the actual card, right? Surely everybody knows that, but better safe than sorry, right? So that's why we demonstrate it. So let's get ready to recap a few little things here. We're not going to recap all of our numbered things, but some of the lowers. So that's to 25 to 25. We only had 1 to 50, and we had 3 of them numbered to 75. Everything else was higher than that. So we're not going to recap all the higher stuff, just the lower stuff. Well, we might have had an acetate, actually, that was 50 somewhere in there. I think we did have one, but I didn't stack it aside. Sorry, forgot. All right, then the Lions, by way of random, got that dual relic. Titans redemption, a Bears redemption, a Bears encased redemption. So there's all of that out of the way. Now let's roll through the rest of our hits. The Eagles, the Lions, Patriots, Bears, Eagles, and the Ravens. The Seahawks, the Lions, the Broncos, and the 49ers. The Titans, Raiders, Bengals, and Eagles again. I see some Cowboys, Vikings, Panthers, Seahawks, Raiders. The Green Bay Packers with a nice little trio of relics. Cowboys again. This is one of a pair of the Giants cards that'll be just identical there, I do believe. That was the Colts. Then we have the Rams there for Darrell Henderson. There's the Niners again. There's your bookend for the Giants. Kansas City Chiefs, the Buffalo Bills, and the Washington Redskins. Then the last little bit of the recap is our encased stuff. Remember, one of these was a redemption. This is what is live in here. So the Patriots with Sony Michel to 25. The Redskins. The Eagles. The Seahawks. The Ravens. Browns. And 49ers. All right, there's the break. There's the recap. Let me put up spreadsheet information one final time. And hi, Rob. Yes, that was Illusions. You probably, hopefully, got here in time to see the recap and saw your card go through it. It looks like JJ clued you in on what you had. So I think, Hopefully you were here in time to see it. So at least we got you one good one out of there for your Rams. So let me get this up here one more time. So the jersey break. Jerseys will go out no later than a week from today. That's always the way free shipping stuff is projected, no later than a week after the fact. Sometimes it goes sooner, sometimes it goes a lot sooner. Shouldn't go any later than that. The Illusions football was our paid shipping break tonight. Should be on the way to you approximately Thursday. I think I am mostly caught up now, finally, after losing those couple of days for the death in the family. I think over the weekend I finally got us more or less back on track, so hooray for that. Consolation cards. I don't think anybody got skunked in Illusions, but if you did, your consolation cards would ship with the rest of the break since it is a paid shipping break. And if you got skunked in the jersey break, I would normally hold on to your consolation card to ship it out with your next package. If you want it sooner, hit me up, send me a message, let me know. I will gladly take care of that for you. Coming up tomorrow, we're going to do Trinity football and Bowman Chrome baseball, both by the full case. On Wednesday, we're going to start early, 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. Clearly Authentic is our new release. We'll open a full case of that, as well as a full case of Archive Signature Series Retired Player Edition. On Thursday, it's going to be a case of Game Day Greats autographed full-size football helmets and the other inner case of Illusions footballs out of the master case that we started tonight. Friday will be another 8:30 Eastern start time. We've got two new releases. We'll open a half case of Leaf Autograph mini football helmets and a case of Impeccable football. And we'll also throw in a little case of National Treasures baseball at the end of Friday night. On Saturday, it will be Game Day Great Series 2 autographed football jerseys by the full case, another case of Clearly Authentic baseball, and another case of Bowman Chrome. So that's what the days ahead look like, and I believe that has got us all wrapped up for tonight. So as always, thank you. I appreciate you being here. I hope that you have a fantastic week ahead. If I don't see you again tomorrow night, I hope I will see you again soon. Take care, and I'll be back at it tomorrow. Bye now.